Warning. What you are about to witness is a man trying to escape the inevitable. This video is satire. It's way out of pocket, and it's meant to bully the frauds who think they are bigger than they are. All claims made and evidence shown in this video was, and still is, public information. I'm just using it to tell the story extra spicy, purely for the community's entertainment pleasure. This isn't about being righteous or politically correct. This is about exposing these frauds. This is about setting an example. You want to be a fraud? The Boogeyman will get you. You want traitor entertainment? Tune into the Nightmare Network.
So Danny's back. Not with proof, not with receipts, not with accountability, but with a monologue. 1 part sob story, 2 parts trauma bonding, and a final twist of emotional blackmail. This wasn't a statement, it was a performance. He opens with,
"Video is not for everyone. It's for the ones who watched me rise, watched me fall, and are still wondering what the hell happened to Danny."
Translation? This is only for people who still love him, not the ones asking real questions. Classic guru playbook. Build a wall of emotional relatability so thick, the truth can't climb over it. He dives deep into childhood trauma. Addiction. Divorce. Drinking, being stuck in Mexico at 15. And look, we're not here to invalidate pain, but when someone uses their suffering as a shield against accountability, that's not healing. That's manipulation. He admits he was paper trading while people followed him live. He says,
I started to paper trade, demo trade. Why? Because if I traded my real account, I probably would have done very bad because there would have been a lot of emotion into it, right? So mentally, emotionally, I wasn't stable enough.
And yet, he let it happen. He ran discords, he sold mentorships, he built a prop firm during it. No refunds, no pause, no warning. Why? Because the check was still clearing, and the fame from being a glorified gambler had ultimately consumed him. But let's get one thing clear before the gloves come off. Daniel's crash out was 100% of his own free will, because we know the real Danny. We remember your come up. You were never a traitor. You are a fraud. Once a fraud, always a fraud. Not even God can change that flaw. And if you thought we were gonna sit here and let you attempt to rewrite the history books with a sad-ass sob story, well, Daniel, what have I told you since the beginning? What have I told everyone listening since the beginning? This is the year of bringing back shame. We will never get up off of your ass, and we will never forget why. Because the internet never forgets. This is the internet's Boogeyman, and you are tuned into the Nightmare Network. So here's the twist. Danny admits to everything. Paper trading, letting people follow fake trades, crashing out, ghosting clients. But somehow, he's still the victim. Let's break it down. He says,
I had to demo trade to keep my sanity, right?
Followed by,
I was winning every trade because I didn't care if I lost, right? It was demo. That was the truth. People still made money following these trades, but I wasn't proud of it. I was ashamed.
And here's the Boogeyman diagnosis. He wasn't too ashamed to sell mentorships. He wasn't too ashamed to go live. He wasn't too ashamed to accept payments while knowingly faking it. He was just too ashamed to admit it at the time. That's not transparency, that's timing. He even tried to preload sympathy with his now infamous panic attack over a twisted
Tried to
tea.
win her back, so one night I just said, screw it. I'm gonna have a twisted tea, a truly with her. It won't hurt. I caught a whole anxiety attack after it, and it's kind of funny looking back at it.
Let's be clear. We're not mocking mental health. We're mocking fraud wrapped in vulnerability. Because who cares about the feelings of a man who has scammed hundreds of thousands of people with no remorse while knowing it was wrong and completely fraudulent? Fuck his feelings. What about the community of people who trusted this clown? Or the ones who continue to trust this circus of a show that his traders evolved? Because shortly after admitting he was emotionally and mentally unstable.
So mentally, emotionally, I wasn't stable enough. I was so overwhelmed, right? The only way that I could even show up on live stream was to remove my emotions. And I had to live stream for Team Bolt. I had to live stream for FFF, right? But I couldn't live stream with emotions because I had so much going on in my life, right? That's why I was winning every trade, because I didn't care if I lost.
He still let people trade behind him. He still kept the mentorships open. He still posted wins with zero disclosure. The confession continues.
Because I knew I was full of shit.
A rare, honest moment, but one that only came after getting caught. And then the deflection kicks in.
I wasn't even running my Twitter. I didn't even post most of my tweets. I wasn't even running my Instagram, right? And I wasn't even allowed to go live. I had no voice. I was being controlled behind the screen, and I allowed myself to be controlled because of funded, right?
Bro, you weren't in a hostage video. You were running a prop firm, building a brand, and cosplaying as a trading messiah. If you were being silenced, who uploaded all those fake trades? Who signed the Tradivate contract you bragged about?
My dad, he's a well-known businessman. You know, he's owned his business for many years. Completely different lifestyles we have, right? But I called him and I told him that I wanted him to be a part of, you know, this business, right? That I was going to be the face, and I just need help running the business side of things. So I brought him in. So he was there from the start. When we called Tradivate, he was the one that got me the contract, right? They liked his maturity. They liked that he was professional. On the other hand, I didn't know what to say to them. I didn't know what to say to get that contract. And my dad stepped in and he was able to get me that contract. And Tradivate thought that he was the one that was going to do it all.
Who uploaded the video trying to expose Patrick as a paper trader and got caught paper trading himself? This is confession camouflage. Admit just enough to look honest, but never enough to face the fallout. This ain't accountability. It's a defensive PR move, launched only after the truth went viral. And you're about to hear what came next. And just when you think the monologue can't get any more theatrical, Danny flips the switch. He goes from confession to conversion, from I was full of shit to I found God and I'm launching a new Discord show.
I'm starting something new, right? I'm starting a new show on my Discord. I promise to be completely transparent with you guys 100%. Starting this new chapter, I think I've grown a lot from this. I think I've embarrassed myself enough. I think it's time for me to really be good to you guys and really give you guys what I owe you, right? I'm back to being sober. I'm healing. I'm getting right with God again, and I promise I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to show up. No more masks, no more silence, right? This
all in under 60 seconds. Translation: I got caught, but if I cry and say I found God, maybe you'll keep giving me attention. This is classic scammer rebrand protocol. Phase 1, blame burnout. Phase 2, emotional breakdown. Phase 3, faith-based rebirth. He says, this time, because the last show, the one where you followed fake trades, the one where he charged $15,000 for a secret Telegram mentorship, that one didn't count? Let's be clear. You don't get to rebrand while victims are still waiting for refunds. You don't get to use God as a marketing funnel because the prop firm cash dried up. And you sure as hell don't get to say, I'm healing, I'm consistent, I'm back, when you never made things right. This isn't repentance, it's repositioning. And if you're buying back in now, you're not loyal. You're delusional. This was never about trading. It wasn't about charts or entries or improving as a trader. This was about image, about control. about how much money you can squeeze out of people looking for a way out. Danny didn't lose trades. He lost credibility, and then tried to buy it back with tears, Bible quotes, and a YouTube apology. He built a cult of personality wrapped in mentorship, fueled it with trauma bonding, and monetized it with fake trades and high-ticket prop firm evaluations. You were never the priority. Your pain was the product. He wasn't a teacher, he was a funnel. And now that the funnel collapsed, I'm starting over. I'm healed. I'm back. Of course you are. Because for scammers, the brand never dies. It just rebrands. So let me leave you with this. If you're still giving this man your money, you're not being mentored. You're being milked. This is your final warning. The internet's boogeyman has spoken. Fraud doesn't get forgiven. It gets documented.
Ha 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 ha!